Hello, everyone. Welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? Well, I see that some of the pictures there was amusing my guests in the basement. Either that or was bringing back some happy memories of a couple weeks ago. So before we go any further, I'll bring up my guests. You got the sleepies out of your eyes, or you're crying? Oh, okay, you're crying. Okay. Oh, they're both wiping away tears and sleepies. First of all, the lady of the hour or of the cruise.
Hello.
And another person that I spent lots of time with before and after the cruise, as well as on the cruise,
Hello.
friend Steve.
Oh, I'm sad that we're not back there again.
Oh, I
I
know.
want to go back on that canoe. Screw the real world. Let's go
Yeah,
back.
I know. I just kind of this past week, I just like I want to go back. I don't
Yeah.
want to deal with
Me. I
reality
want to
right
go
now.
back.
So we got some
Yeah.
guests.
When you can find a cruise to 16 days, it's less than $1,500.
Good luck.
Yeah.
But then you got to think about the airfare to get there, airfare to get home, and the dog boarding. That's still a cheap cruise, but then you got to add everything else in.
Yep, all the little things add up.
When I got back to work, I was in work for like an hour or two, and I'm like, oh God, I remember this. I want to go away again.
Well,
I missed the guys I work with too.
you
So.
and B were with me when I came home, so you
Yeah.
know what I walked into in my kitchen.
Oh yeah.
That was a slap to reality that, and I had a discussion with them this past week about it.
Oh, did you?
It's
How did
like,
that go?
well, her excuse was she didn't know when I was coming home. There's a calendar
Okay.
on the fridge with all the days marked out that I'm gone, with partial itinerary written here, and a full itinerary written on. It's like 2 or 3 pages of binder paper stating like where I would be, kind of when, and emergency contact in case something dire
Knock on wood.
to get a hold of, that kind of stuff. It was right there on the fridge. It was like,
That shouldn't matter, anyways. They should be cleaning every day. But what do I know? I mean,
what do I know? Like when I
At least
did
have it
do
clean
up
before
most
you
of them.
get there.
She did do up most of them. I finished up the rest of them and did a few more. And I'm looking at stuff that I know was in there from a week and a half before. That cat. Well, I can't say it's been in there because maybe there was leftovers in the fridge in that casserole dish for a few days. I don't know, but I know the Thursday after that I left. I left on the Wednesday, but the Thursday, my youngest was making turkey pot pie because their older sibling was coming over for dinner that night. So I know that when that was made, it could have been in the fridge, I guess, for a few days, but whatever. Everything's cleaned up.
yeah.
I just said, like, there's no excuses. I leave details. But anyway. Yeah, sorry for the delay, folks. Me and the dog needed a pit stop before. We got Danny in there. We got Scott.
Yay! Oh, geez, I should be looking at the comments too, shouldn't I? I'm a bad YouTuber. I'm telling you, I'm going to get fired as a YouTuber from everybody.
Danny dancing.
Gotta have a channel first.
What? Putting the horse in front of the cart, am I?
How do you know he doesn't have a channel? Just saying. Just because he hasn't revealed details, you don't know.
Well, if you're typing on YouTube, you've got a YouTube channel, but do you have anything on the YouTube channel?
Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
People would have to know the channel to.
Wap, wap, wah, wah, wah.
Roxy saying hello. Danny was guessing it was Roxanne and V. You're close with Stevie. Mario. Let's just call me B today.
I was too lazy to change it, to be honest. Too many things
Well,
were.
I finally got a video up. I finally figured, my friend helped me figure out. He said, don't put it in your picture folder, put it on your desktop, and that way you can put it wherever you want after that.
Yeah.
Because my picture folder was not allowing me to put it on YouTube from a certain program. So I said,
I put everything that I videotaped on this little thingy here, so.
Well, I got everything in my picture gallery, but my the Clipchamp that I've been using for a video editor for the longest time is not cooperating with my videos right now.
I'm using the same thing and it's not cooperating. It says you need to allow YouTube to put your video up there. I said it's already allowed. And then it says click on the button. I said there's nothing there. Click. It's not giving me the.
Now, usually I edit and then I export it to my files and then I upload it on YouTube. But YouTube's being really weird too because it was giving me the thing yesterday in 2000 or 27,700 something odd days that something's not going to work with my YouTube. And I figured that out. That's 75 years from now. I don't think I'm going to care.
I don't want to live that extra longer. No.
I don't think I'm going to live to 130 something. 136?
I'm surprised I made it this far. Surprised he hasn't killed me yet.
Danny's asking, where's your hat? I mean, your pop rocks. I mean, I love you, Steve.
If you made it to 130 something years old, you'd be in the Guinness Book of Records, but you'd be dead so you won't know it.
Yeah.
And
Won't have the senility to remember what it's like.
YouTube will be gone the way of the dinosaurs by then.
Oh, pretty much. Yeah.
Like 75 years from now, that would put my oldest at 100 years old and my youngest in the 90s. I don't think...
We're going to have smell-o-vision and taste-o-vision, and that many years from now. And so, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to go any further into that. Well, this week I was going to do more chatting about the cruise because, we just got off it just almost 2 weeks ago.
Oh, has it been 2 weeks? Oh, jeez.
Not quite.
Oh, man. I wonder where that boat is right now.
I don't know.
I think it's on its way home. No, it's still at Progresso or back in the. Yeah, because it was. Yeah, it'd be Progresso.
It's in Progresso or Cozumel.
It would be Progresso because today is what, Thursday, so Friday would be a sea day. Saturday they'd be back.
Depending on because it goes to do 4 or 5 and a 4, I think.
Yeah.
Wherever it is, hopefully it's away from where Raphael's coming across there.
Is there another storm going through that I didn't see?
He's a category 2. He's kind of headed towards Mexico, but towards the mainland, but I don't know.
Man, it seems like they've been punished with hurricanes this year.
Mm-hmm. We got Hurricane Raffy. At least we got out of there before then.
Yeah. Actually, we picked a pretty good day for it all.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of got skirted in between two. But
yeah, it could have been a lot rougher, the weather. So that's good in that respect.
So I was originally hoping to have like pictures and videos and stuff up to share today, but I'm just going to chit chat because I've fought all day with the computer.
What's your favorite shirts? I didn't look at them completely that closely, but I like them.
We've
I
been looking
mean,
at some other pictures. We've been sharing some pictures.
yeah, I got mine put up if it's working. Let's see. Who knows if it is or not?
No.
Well, I didn't say. Actually, it was kind of funny yesterday on my StreamYard, on my YouTube um, dashboard. It was wishing me a happy birthday on my channel.
What?
You open these?
Yeah.
It's for Chris.
So it was 10 years ago today I actually started the YouTube channel. But I didn't do anything on it until 2021. Went live in 2022, 2021, 21. Yeah, September 2021. But this channel's been in existence since 10 years ago yesterday, because I just started it so I could put up some LARP videos to share with the LARP community. And then it sat there for 6-7 years, never touched it. But oh well. I think a lot of people have done that.
Happy anniversary.
What else was it?
I may have to change the title. It's On My Way to Texas. I may have to change it to Carnival Breeze in it.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hello, B.
Oh, by the way, V's here. What happened?
Steve opened the Christmas box.
You're on the poop list again, Steve.
I guess. I'm so used
Michael
to it.
Annie opened the Oreos.
There was no note on it. She didn't tell me.
I bought you pretzels. I said, bring that inside to me. They're
Andy
still...
saying, hello, my beautiful V.
Send him on Troy.
I said Danny, not Troy. Troy's not here.
Hi, Danny.
Danny got confused with Pop Rocks and hat. She's like, "Where's your hat? I mean, Pop Rocks. I mean," and then I gave her the
And
glare.
now she's saying you're on the naughty list.
Hey, oh well. I'm always on the naughty
Because you
list.
didn't use Pop Rocks.
Not eating those.
Should have bought the Oreos that had Pop Rocks in them. He would have touched them.
I would not have.
We didn't tell you that. We ate Pop Rocks all week. We didn't tell you.
I would have figured it out eventually, and then I would have thrown them all out.
What do you think is in Diet
Yeah, the
Pepsi?
Pop
Oh.
Rocks I had they were Pop Rocks, but they don't taste like Pop Rocks. So you wouldn't have known they were in there.
Danny says, I guess I should change my name to Troy, but then Camp Maintenance Guy popped in. I'm hiding in the background. Troy was there, we just can see invisible people.
I'm hiding in the background.
Hello,
Okay.
Troy.
V said hi.
I could sense the disturbance in the force.
Really?
Please maintain.
No. Don't get into that. Poor man. I hope he got some money back for all the repairs he did.
That's what I said.
She did it again.
What the heck? What did I say this time? Like, come on.
She went, usually it's me that goes poof, not Roxy.
And you said no to Pop Rocks. See, look, you're causing chaos.
Mm-hmm.
It's your fault.
I know it's always my fault. I'm used to it. I'll take the blame.
Gotta eat, then he'll come up. Okay. I was doing that in the last few minutes before.
Ask Danny D if we should go to that blue place tomorrow.
Danny D. V wants to know if we should go to that Smurf place.
Smurf place.
Yeah, blue place.
Okay.
V's got some kind of blue place in mind.
Are you touching the buttons,
Blue
Roxy?
place. First time it kicked me out and took me to the pay station because I owe them some money. We'll talk about that later. I'm not paying it because I don't want I'm not paying $400 something.
Wow,
And
no.
then the second time I hit a button. So,
See, you were showing me your thingy on a stringy. You found it, eh?
I found it.
You found it?
What thingy?
The whale tail.
Yeah.
Where?
I was walking through the kitchen and I said, it's hanging on the wall. I forgot I had a nail there and I stuck it on the wall and I went past it a dozen times looking for it.
Where is it? It's up here. I can't reach it.
Yeah, I see it.
Let me say out loud. Thank you, James.
It's something I was doing today. Put this little like W sticker right in the middle of my screen, and I didn't have time to restart to get it out of the way. So it's annoying. I have to move the chat up and down through. So I thought we'll just, for those that weren't here last week, we could chat again about the cruise, about getting there, our adventures.
Getting there was sardine-ish.
Yeah, but we got there. We were pretty much 80% of our trip was done. It's like, okay, we got to do the rest of it like this.
They go, we're friends, eh?
Yeah, I just hope that hand was in the right spot for the right reasons.
Shut up.
No, I'm kidding.
Michael is gonna give you the dirtiest.
I know she is. She's giving me the dirtiest
Don't
look.
make my mistake. Don't make my mistake and not get to the airport in time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh goodness.
4
Yeah,
hours
we
before,
left here. I should have left here an hour before. I left thinking I would have plenty of time. I had 20 minutes before my plane. Well, by the time I got to the airport and went through security, they took over an hour to get through security.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's why they say. Oh, what
US
is?
is 2 hours minimum.
Yeah, that's why they say it's like a 2 hour. If you have a flight internationally within the States, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Internationally, it's not.
Before your boarding time.
Yeah, before your boarding
Yeah.
time.
And I didn't do that. I did. I don't know how many. It was a mistake. My fault.
When they
got
give,
there.
Yeah.
when they give you the time that the plane is going to leave, that time that they give you
It's subjective.
is the time that the plane is on the runway. So if you show up at, let's say the plane leaves at 8 o'clock, or they give you a time of 8 o'clock, and you show up at 8, you can just wave to the plane because you're not getting on it. You need to be,
Yeah, I know.
right? You need to be an hour before that time, then count another 2 hours for international. So in the States, if you're
Yeah.
going overseas, count that hour, then another 3 on top of that. So 4 hours you have to
Yeah,
be
I had
before the flight.
forgotten. I had forgotten that they start boarding 45 minutes to an hour before you fly. And
That
I
is
forgot.
correct.
I forgot, and I said, "Oops." Yeah, I got there, and she said, "I just closed the door," and I'm going, "Crap."
Yep. That happens. Lesson learned.
Yeah, lesson learned. But I knew enough about the airport to ask for another flight without having to pay any more money, even though it was my fault.
Yeah.
Well,
That would not happen in Canada.
Yeah.
If you've paid for the flight, I don't know if they.
No, in Canada, you have to be 2 or 4 hours ahead.
Yeah, well, no, but if
They-
you miss your flight in Canada, I think they'll still honor that ticket, but just put you on a same carrier, but a different flight, obviously.
Yeah,
Because it happens.
they honored it. They honored it, whether it was cost more or cost less. You just get on the next plane. Even if that plane has a layover in so and so, which I had to get off in Tampa to go to Texas, so I did it.
You got there anyways, so
Yeah.
We were proud of her.
Oh yeah, airports don't bother me. When my husband was there for 37 years, it don't bother me.
She's a professional at the freaking airport.
I know my first time going to the airport for when we went on our first cruise. We went through Toronto, and I wanted to be absolutely sure that we were there with enough time. So we left at 2 a.m. Took an hour to get to Toronto.
3 a.m. we got there.
3 a.m. we got to Toronto. Our flight left, I think, at 7:50. That's when it was suggested,
6:50.
or 6:50. So I wanted to be there an hour before. We were there when they were starting to board already. That's when we got there. It took us
Right.
2.5 hours
For
to get
security.
through security, because in Toronto, apparently, all the flights that are going out in that morning go through one security line. That's all they open. One. 2.5 fruitcake hours. Not impressed. Not impressed. And if Toronto people are watching, sorry, not impressed with you.
Yeah, I've been flown out of Toronto since the 80s.
That's why we went to Detroit this time.
Yeah, Detroit was leaps and bounds faster than Toronto.
Oh my god.
But there was also like 4 lines open.
yeah, and they didn't take the.
That's a lie. I flew out of Toronto to go to Cuba in 2019, but we flew Sunwing.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Air Canada.
But otherwise, like, I've flown out of London on WestJet, and I've flown out of Detroit on American, and now United. And I like United kind of a little bit better.
I
liked United
did
a lot.
like United, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm Canadian, and it hurts me to say I didn't like Air Canada. Not that the flight was any problem. The flight was fine. The pilots are professional. The waitresses are professional, whatever. It's just the design of that plane and some of the requests that we wanted just were not followed through on. But
when they changed the plane 4 times,
they didn't change it 4 times, I don't
Yeah.
think. Did they? Okay,
Yeah.
well, whatever.
and our seat kept not being where it's supposed to be at.
Anyway.
Did-
United actually helped my wife out when she was in a claustrophobic area. They were more than happy to move her to another seat, and
Thank
she
God.
was fine throughout that trip,
Thank God.
right?
Yep.
And that was fine. Like United was awesome with us.
Yeah.
They were very accommodating.
Air
it was-
Canada, not so much.
Now, Southwest does not have a seating assignment. So it depends on when you get on the plane if you get a good seat. You just first come, first serve.
Mm.
That happened when I went to Cuba because my coworker and I were a little late figuring that out. Where the other ladies we were going with, they went, "Oh yeah, we picked our seats already." Oh, you did?
Yeah.
We were just end up. I was on one side of the aisle, she was on the other side, but we're just across from each other. But coming home, we got it everything straightened out, and her and I actually had the whole row. She sat on the aisle, I sat on the window, and there was space in between us.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Well, I had a space in between me going to Texas, then when going to Tampa. Then when I got to Tampa, I had someone sit next to me.
Well, United gave me a whole 3-seater by myself.
Well, United actually, I think, was
That's
only
very
3/4
nice.
full. So
Not even.
not
I
even
think
like half full.
Yeah.
We had seats actually way in the back, but I think the young lady at the counter, she either on purpose or inadvertently upgraded us to economy plus, which was okay for me, but just not for V, right?
Going from row 29 to row 7.
That is, yeah, that's where we were. We were right at the
And
Row
front.
7 is not my row.
Well,
Row 8 was better.
I will always choose 10 and beyond.
yeah, 1 row back would have been fine, but whatever.
I was sitting and looking just behind me. I could see the engine on the wing.
Michael, I could see if I was okay.
Oh yeah,
He doesn't want to look outside, and Steve prefers the aisle to stretch out. And
So
And-
the middle seat is perfect.
if I'm on a flight that's very much more than 3 hours, I think I might be uncomfortable. So I know with our first flight, after about 2.5 hours, I was ready to ask the waitress or stewardess for a parachute to get off that plane because it was, I was just not.
Yeah. Flying on American like that, I was like, "Here's the wall. Here's this guy that I don't know, And then my
It's
Then
hard
going
if
to
you're traveling.
Germany
as
would be
people.
out of the question.
I'm sorry.
I said, would you go to Germany on a 12-hour flight?
I probably would since I have family there.
Yeah.
But it's 8 hour. It's an 8 hour flight to Germany. I've done it once before, but that was, I think, I was in grade 8, grade 7. So just a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a long time.
Well,
I was
I
thinking,
had 2 different flights. I had from one place, well, Turkey to Germany. I don't know why they took me down to Turkey to go back up to Germany, but that's the way their flight was.
That happens.
we flew to Frankenmuth and then took an Airbus to Munich after that. 45-minute flight.
weren't you flying Air Turkey though? Roxanne?
Yeah, I flew Air Turkey. Yeah, I flew Air Turkey.
That's why they brought you
Turkish Air, or whatever it's called, Turkish Air.
Well, that's probably why they went to Turkey first and then just moved everybody
Turkey
else.
got confused.
Yeah.
No, I didn't fly in the first part, but I went by bus to downtown. I went by bus to London. I got picked up by Steve and B. We went by car to Detroit, and we went by shuttle bus to the airport, and then
That all went actually very, very smoothly, to be honest. Like I was worried about the shuttles at the airport. I was like, shoot, did I book this correctly? And it ended up being okay. So if we ever do that again, we'll book that place again, or at least something similar.
well, that was very convenient because like our little rooms were side by side, like in buildings. They weren't like a tall.
Yeah.
They look like
apartment type
retirement
thing.
residents.
Yeah, they looked a little bit like retirement residences, like you would see. It's
And
just a little room. Yeah.
And basically me and I got on the shuttle bus, he put the car and followed the guy, and he parked it in the parking lot, which was right behind the hotel.
That's why I picked that place, because that particular hotel owned that parking lot.
That was cool.
So if something happened, I had somebody to go back to. Whereas the other hotels, they're not responsible because it's not theirs. They're just borrowing that parking lot. But still.
It was very locked up and only open to the shuttle bus, and then
Exactly.
The shuttle bus had to actually wait for us to come out before leaving, or else we would have been locked in the parking lot again.
Yeah,
So
because there's
very, very nice. That went off without a hitch. I was quite pleasantly surprised on that.
Yeah.
And then I was just worried about the flight.
I was sitting there waiting for the flight too. It was kind of interesting because we sat down and our plane was like right behind where I was sitting. And I was looking out this window and you could see the full moon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Looked across out the windows across from me. You could see the sunrise.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
That was funny.
No, like sunrise, full moon, sunrise. Something's a little odd here.
It looked like there was like one side is daylight, other side is night. For a while it looked kind of odd. And we could even see the planes taking off. They're speeding down that runway pretty good. You could see them in that one little glimpse. And they were gone.
I got a couple of videos, shorts of that. Reminds me, I didn't realize that all these shorts uploaded from M24 and some odds and sods and like the flight and the cruise, the shorts and stuff. And I hadn't scheduled them to release. So starting today, there's just a bunch of different ones. It'll be M24 first and then cruise ones after.
Yeah, I've got you on camera. When I asked, are you guys excited? And you're going, yeah, yes, excited. I want to go. Can we go? Can we go? I'll have to show you guys that. I have no idea how to put it online. So, but yeah.
Yeah, we had a pretty smooth flight to Houston. And
Yeah.
I kept looking out and going, that's a really big river. And it goes on forever. That's got to be the Mississippi River.
Hmm.
Well, our pilot put on the fasten your seatbelt sign and said there'll be some turbulence for the next 10 minutes. I said, what turbulence? I didn't feel any.
They do the same thing to us.
We haven't felt anything really bad that you would see on YouTube when they say turbulence and everybody's jumping all over the place. It's never been that bad, knock on wood. But we had the same thing and I slept through it, so it couldn't have been that bad.
The
Yeah.
pilot turned on the seatbelt sign. Maybe experienced a little bit
I can't
turbulence.
tell
It
you
was
who
like,
typed in chat.
it's like, oh, hey, welcome
Now,
in,
years
Georgianne.
ago, years ago, I was on a flight, and all of a sudden, my husband said, I smell smoke. And then the next thing you know, the pilot says, we have to take the flight somewhere else. And then a few minutes later, he said, no, we figured out the problem. And James had talked to the stewardess because he had knew her. She said, oh, our credit card machine caught on fire.
What?
Yeah. So now when you go on
Weird.
and you're using your credit card, it's done on a little computer phone kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know, tablet thing. Nothing to do with like you see in a, yeah. So
It's crazy.
we didn't have to divert. We thought we were. Yeah.
Mhm.
So in other words, they couldn't take any more charges.
So they probably couldn't offer anything more, but
Yeah,
I
on
get it.
United, you have to do everything. They would tell you, get the app and do it on the thing before.
Oh yeah, they were making announcements about that because they couldn't. They didn't have a way of payment, so they were saying you have to do it on the app. I think some of the stewardesses were helping some of the
Yeah.
customers or passengers. So, and I really didn't want anything, so I didn't look up the app.
I tried to do the app beforehand. And it was complicated. So what? Screw it.
Well, Southwest, you get a choice of graham crackers with cinnamon on them that were nasty, or you get these nice pretzels that are have onion flavor on them. Well, when you don't have any teeth and you can't chew them, they weren't that great.
Oh no!
The flavor, they did not want to melt or dissolve. Or I just said no thanks on the way home. I said no, I don't want anything.
I should have asked them to put it in a blender and make it into a shake. Oh God!
We had the best snackies.
Ugh.
We had little fruit bars, all healthy snacks, little fruit bars, or these chocolate quinoa cookies.
That were gluten free.
Yep. And I had water in I had refilled my travel cup with water in the airport. So she goes, "Do you want any soda or whatever?" Can I just get a cup of ice? And I filled that, and I was good.
Soda isn't a good. From what I understand, I don't know how true this is. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. But soda is not a good thing to drink when you're up in an airplane because
I took
It'll
the bubbles
just-
out.
it'll just bloat you and make you feel really bad.
I
Yep.
took the bubbles
Yeah.
out. I was
Yeah.
fine.
And
So-
sometimes it makes you burp too much, and then you're feeling
Yeah.
really
That's why I took the bubbles
And
out.
it's not easy to pour for some reason. Like when you pour, let's say, a Coke into a glass, right? It foams up. Apparently, it's even worse up in 30,000 feet. I don't know that. I haven't tried. That's what I've read.
It into bubbles. And just
No,
regular.
didn't. Okay, well,
What you were reading was false.
could be.
well. You know, they were coming around and taking your order and writing it down. She went
Yeah.
back to fix it, and I'm really close to where she was at. She said something under her breath and threw all that in the trash. I said, "What? You just fixed about 8 drinks and you're throwing them in the trash?" She got lost to what order she was on and had to start over.
It's crazy.
That's not an easy job being an
Mhm.
air flight attendant.
No, I applied when I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
But back then, you had to be at least 5 foot tall. Now
Yeah.
I don't think there's any. Now I don't think there's any restrictions as long as you can reach certain areas, no matter how tall you are.
Yeah, I have no idea what the criteria
I don't know
is.
what they are now, but they used to be 5 foot, and I wasn't 5 foot.
It's a handyman.
Hmm?
It's a handyman.
Jeez, I know that guy.
Troy.
Yay.
Well, you sound thrilled, my friend.
It's been a long day.
I agree.
Well, then plop your bum in that seat and just snore away.
Danny says she always drinks out of the can on the airplane. So when I get to the airport, I bring water bottle. I pour into bottle before we get on the plane.
Yeah.
I think the last time I had pop, coming home from Miami, but I ended up having. So they actually had Dr. Pepper, but I got stuck with the diet one because the person I was with took the regular one.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, I figure, well, I'm used for, oh my God. I figure for the first 2 trips that I took in a plane, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to eat or drink anything. They're short flights. Let's not tempt fate.
It was fun. I went to pee twice.
Yeah.
It's good because it got me moving.
Yeah. But those flights are like, the longer one was the Miami one. And they do, yes, if you're doing an overseas thing and it's like 8-9 hours, yeah, you probably want to get up and walk a bit to prevent a thrombosis in your legs.
I think I only got up on the way down, and I didn't get up at all on the way back. But
I
know,
don't
we got to Houston, and the fun part is trying to find where you're supposed to get out of, to meet.
Oh my God, that was a large
yeah.
airport.
To meet
Nothing
your ride.
bad about it, but yeah, there could be some better.
Try driving in to find you people.
Oh my God.
when
When we went to leave, we're like, oh my God, this is what Troy had to drive through to find us. I'm surprised the man still has hair, as I would have been picking it out follicle by follicle trying to find these people.
I changed to white.
Departures was almost as bad as arrivals.
Oh really? Wow.
Well, there was 8 rows when you're coming in
Yeah, when
pick
you
up arrivals, but departures I think there was about 5 or 6.
Yeah. Yes, there
but
was.
the traffic keeps going. I don't know how. Like,
Yeah, they keep it moving. The line is there, but it moves. In
Yeah.
Toronto, when we did it, it didn't move. It's like, oh, we'll stop to have everybody have a rest for like 5 fruitcake minutes. It's like, move your bums, people.
Nope, Houston's like,
Oh yeah, they keep you moving
the
in
heck out.
Atlanta.
Never
Yep.
again.
She'll keep you moving in Atlanta, and if you're in a slow line and the other one goes faster, she'll open it up and say, 5 of y'all come this way, 4 of y'all come this way.
There you go.
yeah.
Yep.
I think Detroit was the longest we've ever stayed in a line, which was about 45 minutes.
Wasn't very long.
It wasn't very long, but it was longer than,
Wow. Steve had to.
yeah, so.
Steve forgot not to wear a belt, not to take his watch off.
I didn't have my watch on. I just didn't take off
You
the.
had your watch on.
Oh, I did, yeah. But the guy said that doesn't matter. But I forgot to take off my little necklace.
Don't matter unless there's something like this big and dangly. Other than that, the little stuff, you just leave it alone.
Yeah, there were.
Not in Toronto. You have
Oh,
to take all your
yeah, in Toronto, you almost had. You had to take.
even his medical.
Yeah,
What's it called?
medical alert.
What was it?
I made sure to wear very, very loose and very easy to remove clothing because I thought for sure they were going to tell me you have to go through in your underwear.
some of them are pretty
I was
good.
prepared for that. So I wore pants that didn't require a belt.
Steve's famous words. I can go back to the thing if you would like. God,
Okay,
Steve.
I was trying to make life easier. Okay, move
Those-
on. Let's move
Those
on.
Canadians are so.
Oh, the funniest thing coming back, she said, I need to pat your arm. I need to pat your underarms. I'm going, what? I got big arms.
They were afraid you were hiding something in there. Like what? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
You should have said they were the same as when I left. Like,
Well, that's like Sandy. Every time she went through, they stopped her because she's got 2 knee replacements. And then she always has insulin pump off to the side. She had to hang on to that, hold it up, and in the air and then walk through it and it still beeps. She's like, I
There-
have 2 knee replacements.
Yeah, so she'd light up like a Christmas tree when she goes through that thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Getting on the ship. They stopped her, got
Oh,
the wand
really?
out. Yeah. They got the wand out and started checking. Yeah, it was at her knees.
Yeah, I told him going that I wasn't taking my shoes off. I said, my foot was hurting too bad. I didn't want to have to bend down and stretch them off my foot. I said, okay, ma'am. And so when I went through, he took the thing over my shoes and wand them.
Well, then after we got picked up, we did a little side trip to Buc-ee's.
Holy moly! I've never seen one of those things before. That's like a Walmart and a half.
It's in America we have what we call junior Walmarts now, or they're little like home Walmarts. They're a little tiny, about
Yeah.
like the size of the Buc-ee's, but they do neighborhood Walmarts is what they're called. Yeah,
Excuse me, as tiny as a Buc-ee's. Were you there?
What is this
Buc-ee's are
you?
big, but no, they have neighborhood Walmarts that are small.
And they're the size of a Buc-ee's. That's small.
Yeah, a regular Walmart.
Okay, then Canada has little baby Walmarts.
Toronto one has escalators in it.
Ay, ay, ay. Anyways. It
Yeah,
had
some of the
pretty much
Walmarts
everything.
are. Some of the Walmarts, it takes you 5 minutes to walk across the damn store.
And then
Yeah.
some of them it takes you a couple of minutes. They're just depends on when your Walmart was built.
We started out with a little Walmart, and then it moved to another part of the mall. They built a different thing. And then they moved it across the road and built the super center size that has the
Supercenter?
grocery and everything else. Like the Fort Gratiot one size.
Yeah.
Now I want to go to a shopping list to go to a Kmart again.
I can do
Good luck.
video to
I think
Kmart.
there's only 1 or 2 left in the country.
I can do a video for Kmart if you want. There's one in Cambridge.
There's a Kmart in Cambridge?
Yeah, they reopened it.
Well, I'll be.
Oh, Kmart is in all over Australia.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's Kangaroo Mart, full of kangaroos.
You know that Walmart and all them were just department stores when they started,
Yeah.
till they ran into Meijer. When they worked their way across the country and hit Meijer and found Meijer with the grocery store and department store together, that's when they started making all the super centers.
Oh.
I like Myers. I've been in the one in Fort Gratiot.
Oh, yeah, the Myers is nice.
It's nice.
We don't have a Myers that I know
It's a
of.
nice store because you can get pretty much whatever you want in one stop. And same with
Yeah.
Buc-ee's, really. Other
It's
than-
both sides of a million.
Meijer actually started in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh, wow.
That's the home of it, and it spread through Michigan, and now it's down into Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky,
Oh, wow.
Illinois. But I think they kind of slowed down on their spreading now.
Mhm.
I still like Myers. I like it.
The only thing about Buc-ee's that was really expensive was all the meat. It seemed pretty expensive to
It was
me, but
overpriced, too.
you guys,
The sandwich was $5 and something.
yeah.
Which
It was nice. It was
most places you go, a hamburger is going to be that.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, my barbecue place to go get a sandwich is $5.
What? God, that's dirt cheap.
Mm.
Say, last time
Burger's like 15 to 20 here.
I bought a burger at our mall in the food court at A&W. It was
Yeah.
$8 something just for the burger, and I was
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
yeah, no.
A&W does have good burgers, ish. But yeah, that's expensive.
But they've fallen.
Yeah.
They've fallen because of who's
Those
buying.
Bucky ones weren't over outrageous, but you got to look at it. It was what they were using. There was some pretty good meat and stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one was marked $12.99. I was like, yeah, I'm not that hungry.
Yeah, but the $12.99 times 0.37, then it kind of adds up.
Yep.
I mean, if we bought something like
It was
that,
like
that might have been
$15
for everybody.
sandwich. It was a
If it's-
$15 sandwich. I couldn't.
It doesn't
couldn't
make sense.
justify
Yeah,
that to
it
me.
doesn't make sense. But they do put a whole lot of meat on a sandwich. So I mean, it's expensive. It's not expensive. It depends
But
how you
then-
look at it.
Then, if you wanted to buy just the meat, it was even more expensive for the pound.
Yeah. I wanted to try one of the sandwiches, but it was like trying to budget out what I had to spend before the cruise. I didn't want to blow all my money at Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Well, true enough.
So I got a shirt. I got a magnet. I think
You guys
a
got
shot-
some coins. You squished some coins in there too, I think.
Yes, I got my coins.
I got a shot glass.
I didn't get a coin.
I got a coin in Canada up north where the yeah, what's that called that moves ships from one,
Chichimon.
not the Chichimon, moves ships from one spot to another.
The locks.
That's it. Well, sort of.
Oh,
But-
yeah, Sault Marie.
It runs on a railway track and it lifts ships from the bottom lake to the top because there's no way to get them up there. And I put a penny or something on the railway track there, and it flattened it out pretty good.
I think I got one many years ago out at like the Calgary Stampede or something, but I have no idea where it was. But I got one at Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
It says,
I didn't see that machine. I would have got one.
smile if you love Buc-ee's, Texas City, Texas.
Eh.
And then we went to a place in Galveston called Murdoch's. And I got one that's got a sunshine on it.
And
Oh,
we
yeah.
all got different ones.
The kids,
Yeah.
my kids used to, everywhere they went and with their grandparents and everybody, they always got the pennies. They got tons of them from Tennessee and the aquarium and Atlanta, Georgia and Florida, all over Florida. They got pennies from.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Gonna help.
Well, I did get my
What'd you get? What'd you get? What'd you get?
The
I added to my collection.
oh
Oh, yeah, her sand.
okay.
So it's got 2 from Cuba, 1 from Aruba. That one's Pirate Beach in Galveston. It's fine like these ones are, but it's darker. And then Nachi Kokum and Cozumel. And it's really coarse compared to all the other ones.
So, Michael Ann, do you put like a coffee filter between all of them?
No.
Yeah, that
Just don't shake it.
That Nachi Kokum was quite the place.
No, that's why I very carefully so I don't shake it.
The sand, just walking to the beach, the sand was like taking like half a foot of your step down. It was very, very soft sand.
Because of the hurricane.
Yeah. It wasn't like they show on Baywatch where you can run on the sand. You cannot run on this
Oh,
sand.
no. No, you sink in that sand.
Yeah. You sink and you can't get back out.
That was quicksand.
Yeah. Just to get into that ocean was a triathlon of muscle power. And did you guys know that the Gulf of Mexico was salted water?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was not prepared. I did know it was salted. I just was not prepared for that. That was
I-
quite interesting.
I got that experience when I went
No
to Cuba.
matter what ocean you're in, ocean, beach, sea, whatever they call it in their country, it's all salty.
Yeah, I knew it
That
was, but
water out right there isn't salty. though.
Nope. Michigan's got all fresh water all the way around it.
The
it's-
Great Lakes are all fresh
the
water.
Gulf, the Gulf looked like Lake Huron, where we often in Ontario, where we often swim all the time, and much colder. So I looking out there, I'm like, oh, this is like Lake Ontario, and I splash in. No, it's not. Oh,
When I went to Cuba and I splashed and all something up in my face, I was like, oh, it really is salty.
yeah. I was not expecting it to be that
And
salty.
you do know the pools on the ship and stuff were all salt.
That is correct, but I never went in any of the pools.
The pool at the hotel
Yeah.
me and I went
They
to the
suck
other
the
day.
water up from the ocean and purify it.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
put it in the pool.
You don't have to use chlorine to disinfect it. The salt water and the amount of salt that's in there will kill any bacteria. Yeah. It's a lot easier to maintain a system of a saltwater pool than it is a chlorinated pool.
I thought too, if you're draining a bunch of chlorinated water out into the ocean, it's not going to be good for the marine life.
No. So they
Yeah.
have to take it from the sea.
And you float better in salt water.
Yeah.
Less drunks drown that way. They float better.
True. But
Like the
drunks
Dead
in a
Sea?
pool,
The Dead Sea
You
is
don't know what
so
they're leaving.
salty that you really can't do anything but float in it.
yeah. It was too much like people soup to me. I didn't really feel comfortable going into a pool. The ocean was okay.
There's more whale shit and crap in the ocean than there is in that pool.
I was going to say,
True enough, but it's a lot bigger and you don't see it. Whereas in a pool, nah. It's contained in a small area. And it's like, what if there's people drinking in the pool, they keep getting drinks, but they never have to get up and go for a pee. You kind of wonder. Could be sitting beside somebody who's peeing on themselves. Yeah.
Unless they put that.
That's when you invent the chair with the toilet seat on it.
Yes.
Some of the pools, they put a chemical in it that if somebody does pee in it, it turns blue.
Yes.
yeah.
I don't think they do that on ships, but
Mm-mm.
then again, I don't know for
So
sure.
all the water would be blue.
No, I was going to say the same thing. Like, whatever.
So I didn't
Well,
go in the
If
pool.
they filter it before they put it in the pool, if they filter it good,
You know,
they
all
should
they
be able
need
to
to
filter
do is
out that.
all they need to do is put signage out that if you pee in the pool, you will cause a chemical reaction. We will know, and people will then look at that sign and go, "Oh, okay,
And not do it.
yes," or you would hope not.
Well, the funny
Maybe
thing
we'll-
is, they don't want any kids in there that aren't toilet trained
Correct.
with the little, even with the little swimmies on. But you can let a bunch of drunk adults in the pool.
Well, it's the same thing,
I
right?
agree, Michael M.
Some drunk people are like little adults. I actually they didn't have to close the one pool because somebody
Vomited.
expelled something.
Day one,
Oh, that was day one too.
before the ship had even sailed away, the pool was closed because somebody had puked in the pool.
What on the people that came on or the people that were going off?
I don't know. The
Now we have an
lifeguard just said that somebody had been sick in the pool and they had to close
That
it
must
because
have been
they have to drain it. And they didn't drain it till the wee hours of
Yeah.
the next morning. 'Cause I
If
was seeing it
that's
on
if
the-
that was the case, that must have been the
Yeah, I
first
think it
person
was
that
right
got
after
drunk on
it
that.
hadn't been selling that long when it happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was,
hell, it
hadn't
could have
sailed
been
away
somebody
yet.
got drunk to get on the ship.
Either that, it was,
Oh, why?
You know, some people get drunk, drink all their
look,
liquor.
right- we had just started selling
Before
and I
they get
put my
on.
feet in, and he told me to get out. Yeah,
And we hadn't even sailed away yet. We
Yep.
just went find
Michael
somewhere to
and I
sit
were gonna put
down.
our feet in, and I put mine in. He said, "Get out, ma'am! Someone vomited in the pool."
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm trying to wrap my logical brain around this, but if you get caught and they say you can't bring this on board, this liquor, and your first thought is to drink it all down so you can come on board,
They won't let you on board if you're drunk.
yeah, but if you drink all of that in front of them quickly and then go on board,
They're not going to let you because you're going to be drunk.
but
Oh,
if
no.
that's how it happened,
Wasn't there three
There's what?
pools
Yeah, I think
on the
so.
ship? Three
I know
pools.
there's at least two. There's at least
There-
two, but I thought there's
There's a
three.
big one on the Lido deck.
yeah,
There's one on the tides pool at the aft.
yeah.
Really, on the one we were on, there really wasn't any other swimming pools. There
Yeah,
was
there was the two, but there
hot
was
tubs.
like 3 other hot tubs.
Yeah, there was a
Don't
lot of
forget
hot.
the pool at the spa.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
spa pool.
It was like over. It was a glorified friggin' hot tub.
Yeah.
It didn't look all that Well,
They
Yeah.
didn't bring me out the heebie-jeebies.
yeah. There was
It wasn't
actually some
great.
tiles breaking off. So
Those tiles in the bottom. There
Yeah.
was the tiles that like where the like drains are up around the outside. There was those in the bottom of the pool I was walking through, and I'm like, and
mm,
when Amy went and I went in the first time, the sea was rough, so the pool that pool was doing this on top
Yeah.
of having, the jets bubbling around. It was like it wasn't worth it.
no, I don't think so. But yeah, I think there was
Yeah.
just the two pools, the one in the main Lido, which doesn't really make sense to me. Why would you have a pool in the main Lido where everybody's dancing and singing and stuff? You're just asking for somebody to slip and fall in there. But that's just me. But anyways,
I would say that one in the Horizon had the bigger decks around the Lido. I've seen some other ones, and they've like very small, bigger pool but smaller area for dancing and all that,
Yeah.
Mhm.
or sunbathing.
Man,
or whatever.
they could move and stack chairs really fast though.
Oh yeah, they can.
All them recliner chair, lounge chairs things.
yeah, they were
Oh
quick.
yeah.
Popped them all up, and so you could all dance. And then as soon as that was over, it was like 10 minutes. They had them all back out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back out because they were having the movie or something.
Yeah, the movie. Never saw a movie. Well, maybe on the first one I watched a bit, but yeah, that's kind of neat to have a movie kind of out in the stars.
It's like a drive-in.
Yeah,
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 we
We
didn't go to the movies because at the same time the movie is going on is when usually there was a show going on.
that's true. Yes, yes.
Well, you have to decide what you want. Like the one show I want or movie I wanted to watch was at 6:30 at night. I wanted to see
Right,
Inside
dinner.
Out too.
Yeah,
And it was like, well, I'm not going to skip dinner to watch the movie. I'll just catch it another time. Lucked out. It happened to be on going home on the plane. So we didn't have it coming down. We didn't have little TVs, but going home on the plane, we had little TV screens, and I was able to watch it on the way home.
yeah.
Mhm.
I actually slept through that landing. I woke up just
I
as
cried.
why
It was so rough.
the landing coming home.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't too bad.
it was rough.
But it was also in the dark too. So, but they've got all the
I didn't
equipment.
look outside. I didn't know.
No. The wife and I went up on the Lido deck and found a nice corner that was shaded with perfect view of the movie theater screen and was watching Garfield.
Garfield.
Well,
Yeah,
That used to be her mom's favorite thing was Garfield.
yeah.
That same corner I found you guys in.
Yeah. And then, matter of fact, she's in the other room right now putting all the Garfield shit from her mother that was down in the house, all the ornaments and figurines and all that stuff of Garfield. She's putting that on eBay right now.
She was talking about
Wow.
that when we met up with you last weekend.
She, well, before she went back in there after dinner, she had 50 items already on eBay. 50
Wow.
listings.
Wow,
she's gonna have her Christmas paid for.
wow, that's a lot. Well, that's quick.
No, she's been doing it for like 3 days.
Oh, okay.
And then when she's done with that, then there's like, I don't know, 10 great big huge boxes of John Deere stuff, little tractors and stuff,
Yeah,
and
Wow.
belt buckles and ornaments and all that kind of stuff. She's got to go through all that and sell it.
yeah.
I'm gonna say one
There's
of
going to be
those-
a whole bunch of stuff added to eBay here real fast.
Mhm.
I hope it all does well.
Mhm.
You can get a whole lot of money pretty quick with that.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Or at least it's not just getting dumped
You say
somewhere
the
or
next
destroyed.
cruise.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, you can't really. Can you? You can't really regulate that. Whoever decides to buy it may do whatever they want with it, right? It's theirs then.
But I got something for it and it's gone.
Yeah.
Hopefully I make a little bit to pay for my damn surgery.
I mean, I don't even want to know what that price tag is.
It's coming up next
Mm.
week.
Yeah, Tuesday, and I am not looking forward to the
Well,
Bills.
you'll be in our thoughts.
Yeah. Question.
I go in-
Don't answer it if you don't want to. Are you going general or local anesthetic?
They're putting me out and putting a tube down my throat because they're going in the front of my neck, moving my esophagus over, and doing all the work from the front in the back of my neck.
Yeah. I've had something similar done. Usually, you probably wouldn't be able to see because it's in the fold. They try to put it in the fold of your neck,
Yeah.
so you can't see it. So it should be.
I got
Very
one of those
easy.
too.
Yeah, you did.
So say Tony from La Lida Loca had part of his thyroid removed.
Yeah.
And you see the scar like somebody got to him, but it's healed up now and you can't tell.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Well, V, what if you want to make it even more disappear? If I could say words right, vitamin E.
Yeah.
Just take like vitamin E tablets that you would normally swallow and just rub that on it like a lotion. Do that for how long?
Once your scar is healed,
Yeah,
and then you just put it on 3-4 times a day.
3 or 4 times a day, and it'll
That's
it'll color that, or it'll heal it up even more that you don't see it. So
a nurse of 25 years told me, "You got 13-inch scar, girl. I know you're young." She goes, "Once it's healed in a week or two, whatever time it takes, then just start applying vitamin E."
Yeah.
Steve can see where I couldn't reach because that part did not get it, and the other part, and he goes, "There's a significance."
there is a difference. Yeah, it does
like,
work.
by a lot.
It's
At
not
this
going to
point-
cover it up all the way, but
Scars, I could care less. I got so many scars on me, it ain't even funny from
well, touche.
But again, I wasn't
working
like,
and stuff.
Yeah,
Praying everything works out that it's supposed to and you get the
yeah. We're all
Get
going to be
the-
thinking about you, buddy.
Get this shit taken care of so I can get off this goddamn medication and my hands
got-
quit tingling.
Yeah,
Oh.
you got to let us know how it went as soon as you can.
don't forget to say to your anesthesiologist, "Geez, I'm ready. Take the picture." Yeah. That's what I did.
I don't
to
know. Anytime they've ever put me out, it was the best nap I ever got because the anesthesia actually shuts my brain off. Because normally when I sleep, my brain's constantly going while I'm sleeping, so I don't really get a good sleep. But man, that anesthesia shit. Week, I'm out, done. Good night.
Yeah,
That's what melatonin
been there,
did to me.
been there, done that.
Melatonin was the same.
I'm right there with you, man.
I took
16 surgeries later, so
2 melatonins and they didn't even touch it.
oh
Yeah,
wow.
but I don't touch pills whatsoever. So
Well, I don't take a lot. If it wasn't for these damn horse pills I have to take to keep from having the lightning bolts.
Oh yeah, I get those every now and then. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's not funny.
Goes from your neck all the way down your arm.
Yeah,
That's
I've done it with the elbow, and not doing the funny bone thing. It just all of a sudden, it's like I've done something in the air, and it's like zap. Oh!
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
there's
Oh, my-
constantly.
Yeah.
My left hand started to tingle and stuff now, so
Well, get her fixed up, buddy. Just give us a
He
quick
said-
little note
he
that
said-
you're okay.
he's just gonna go in, jack it up, pull the old disc out, put a plastic one in, and close it back down.
There you go.
Oh, so
Sound-
you're just like a car. We're just gonna change the.
Sounds
Spark
simple enough.
plug.
I'll do it for
Yeah.
you for nothing.
We're just gonna pull the spark plug and put another one in. There you go.
That's my boss always says. He says, "Oh hell, we can do it. We got chainsaws and all sorts of shit over here, and when I'm all done, I'll even throw in a free load of wood."
you get your tires rotated and your oil changed.
I don't want to know about the oil change. TMI.
Just getting an upgrade model and old, from an old model to a new model.
But I asked him. I had to have a phone consultation with him the other day.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well," he goes, "You got any He actually kept talking, and he asked about the cruise and all that kind of stuff and everything. He's like, "I really don't want to go back to these nurses. Do you have any other questions?" I said, "Well, my wife told me not to ask you this, but I'm going to ask you anyways. How long after the surgery before I can go hunting?" He goes, "Well, what are you shooting?" I said, "A 270 rifle." He goes, Give it about 4 days and you can go shoot that.
Oh God.
I'm like, okay. He said, but you can't drag the deer. So you better have somebody around to drag the deer for you.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I'm not supposed to lift over 10 pounds for 2 weeks, at least.
So
Hmm.
you can't carry your wife's water bottles.
Oh, I was thinking something else, Troy.
No.
You know what I was thinking, and I'll just keep it there.
I ain't lifting no legs. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Insert joke here. Okay.
Well, this one live's definitely not PG.
Ah, shoot.
We haven't gone completely into the gutter. We just kind of skimmed
No.
the edge of it.
Yes, and we never
It's
said
like-
anything.
It's like the best part of the
Holy
chicken is
shit.
always the crispy skin.
Yes.
Well, I guess I could come back to where to go.
I love that. I love.
I need
Well,
that if
now
I
you-
ever do a live.
Now you've covered your butt legally, so there we go.
I kind of got that off of like Mike Adventures Charlie Mike's when he used to play.
Mm.
But I wasn't doing all the voiceovers and all that. I just
Yeah.
It's not the what's the show that was on last night? The two guys. Oh, anyway, they need it on their show. They're drinking all the time.
no D&G.
Yeah.
I didn't watch
D&G.
it last night.
Oh, they were talking about the ships, the cruise ships that were going in to be repaired. And so the ones that are going like overseas is where they repair them at. You
They're
know,
like a
repair.
You mean like the
upgrade
one
your-
in Progresso that got stuck there for an extra day?
Yeah.
Well, these
Yeah,
are like
so-
the ones that are going in to get a new get new tables in the dining room or to get new something. They do it there.
Yeah.
That's a repositioning cruise. Sometimes you can get those for really, really cheap, right? If they need to take it, like I mean, if it's a major repair that they don't feel is safe for passengers, then obviously they're not going to sell.
Yeah.
But if sometimes they sell tickets at discounted prices for repositioning cruises.
Yeah, there is one 16-day cruise to Barcelona, Spain, one
Yeah.
way, $1,074. But when you add in the taxes and fees, it's like 1,500 something.
Yeah.
And I said, Daddy, it's a fantastic cruise for 16 days, but then you got to add the $500 to get me home to Atlanta. And if I want to go all the way over there and see a day or two in Barcelona, Spain, just to see Spain.
Yeah. That would be a $6,000 bill for us here in Canada. To fly over there, I think, is like $2,000.
Oh, I was reading a good one today. First, I forget which ship and where the person was going, but they did not take out travel insurance,
Oh no.
and their trip was a $7,000 trip. It was going to Greenland, and they got in an accident 10 days before they sailed away, and
Oh,
they canceled their trip 8 days. They got nothing back.
I would have tried selling it on eBay. I would have.
There was a lot of people in that chat going, well, I was in an accident 2 days before, and my doctor couldn't do anything for 10 to 12 days, so I just it was their husband. I just strapped him in a wheelchair, and we went on the cruise anyways. You're gonna sit at look at four walls at home, or you can sit and look at four walls in a.
If you've already paid for it,
You
yeah.
can sit on the Lido deck. Get them to bring you food.
That was 10 days before their cruise.
Yep, and they canceled 8 days before, and it was $7,000 trip, and they got nothing back.
Oof.
Didn't
No, thank you.
So you sound like an auto.
No, thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, depending on what kind of an accident it
That's
was.
insane.
But yeah,
It was a
10
minor-
days out.
Minor car accident, I think they said. I'm like,
Yeah, I probably would have tried to get on the thing, but then yeah, just wheel me in a stretcher if you have to.
give me a wheelchair or rent me a scooter and Give me some T3s and let me go.
Give me my pain medicine and I'm gone.
Yeah. Yeah, that for 10 days, maybe, yeah. For 2 days or 3 days before, it might be a little bit different, but
That's why you should always have cruise insurance or travel insurance.
yeah,
Mhm.
But I didn't have it for 4 days before the ship sailed away because I didn't take it out for the first part because that was double what I would paid for the whole 5 days on the cruise.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
when I'm
normally,
looking at the cruises, it has a protection at the bottom. I guess that's your insurance. It's $100 and something, but I think I will check it and use it.
yeah,
It's worth the $70 or $100 to save to get your
Oh,
money
that's
back.
why we
if it's
put it
wrong.
on the when we booked that first cruise and had to cancel.
Yep.
and you got everything back though, right?
Yeah, so, and we just put it on this one, the one we took this time.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did cancel because if I wouldn't have canceled, that could have been scary. Go on there and have my gallbladder
Yeah.
screw up.
You were a ticking time bomb.
Oh yes, sorry, yeah,
Foreign country. Yeah. No.
yeah, that guy. That our condolences on that for whatever happened there, but yeah, I get where you're going. Yeah,
Man, getting that out was great because I felt a whole lot better after that.
yeah,
Oh, when you
Yeah, I
felt
learned
like
that
crap,
you take it out no matter what.
and your stomach always hurt and you just didn't feel good for 6 months.
Yeah.
Then they take that thing out and it's like, hey, that all went away. Okay.
Well, I forgot what it is to not feel sick and tired.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's one camel off your back, so to speak.
Like,
I was hoping it was
you
the
don't
last
need to
camel off my back.
You don't need to do a yearly surgery thing, okay?
No.
I don't recommend it.
Sucks getting old, you know that?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Thankfully, all of mine were pre-college,
Oh, I'm done. I'm old.
so I still had the youngness and the strength to bounce back.
I'm too
And
old.
I use the word bounce kind of, litter, like, what's the word? Bounce.
Literally.
Yeah, not literally, but I didn't literally bounce, but
Live?
I can't think of the word. But anyways,
So far, it hasn't been bad. Anything I've had done
yeah.
healed up pretty quick. No big deal. I just don't want to end up like one of our other owners.
Oh,
He went in
Yeah.
and had something done to his neck. I don't think it's the same thing, but he had something done to it. And he was supposed to lay still in a bed for 4 days after the surgery. And he coughed real hard. Some blood clot or something come loose, and they had to rush him to the hospital. And he lost use of both hands.
Oh,
oh,
God.
geez, Louise.
Oh, God.
Ask, you know what? Ask all those questions before you
Yeah.
go in. If they have to, have them keep you a couple extra days if you can afford it. Well, you see, you're in the States. It's a lot different for you guys, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
They've already told me that I'm have to stay overnight.
Yeah, I figured as much.
At first, they were talking about it being after surgery, 4 or 5 hours later, you get to go home. But then they said, no, you're staying overnight. I'm like, great.
Yeah, you have to argue with your insurance in the United States to get them to keep you. If not, it's most of the surgeries now are in and out.
I don't know how I feel about
Crazy.
that.
That's crazy because if I'm not going to say no. I'm not even going to go there. I'm
No.
not even touching
Well,
that.
I had my gallbladder out. They stuck like 4 holes in my belly to do it because they did it with a robotic assistance.
Yeah, liposcopically, so your surgery sites.
4 hours after the surgery, I was getting in the truck to go home.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it is that quick with that. Yeah.
Well, I had my tubes tied. I went in. Of course, it was 9/11 that day, but I went in, had surgery, come out. I was home that once I was awake for an hour or two, they were sending me home.
Yep, they just gave me painkillers and a big shit. The thing was 2-foot long ice pack thing, cloth covered ice pack thing. It says stick it across your belly and leave it there. When the ice melts, go refill it.
Yeah.
Well, they said you're gonna feel good the day of, but you'll feel like you'll get hit by a Mack truck the next day because of the blowing up your gut with carbon dioxide to do the surgery.
Yeah.
Well, I felt really good that the day of, and I did too much and ended up back in emerge to have stitches put back in the two sites. 'Cause
Oh, I didn't do that.
Wouldn't
I
they
went
pull
home,
that
sat in
gas
this
from a pipe?
recliner, and did absolutely nothing other
had-
than the exhaust pipe was working really well, trying to get rid of all that gas that they put in there.
You would
Well,
think
single-
that they would pull that gas out again after they're done, but I don't know.
I don't know. The last surgery I had was for my hernia, and I broke out 2 days later, big whelps all over my body. So we don't know if it was the anesthesiologist or what it was.
That's insane.
Allergic reaction, maybe?
Maybe,
Uh-oh. Somebody else is watching.
yeah.
Yeah, my mom had a hip replacement. She was in.
Somebody in the basement.
She's just following along. When my mom
Yeah.
had a hip replacement done, she was in for 3 weeks, and they first couple, almost first week, you couldn't move. There's this A-framed
Steve saves.
foam thing between her legs. And then when she did come home, she had to have sleep with this other thing between her knees.
Yeah, when she had her when Sandy had her knees done, they had her up and walking within a few hours after surgery.
And they do with hip replacements now too, apparently.
And if it wasn't for the first one, the anesthesia had made her sick.
Hmm.
She was lightheaded, dizzy, and stuff. She had to stay overnight. Second one, shit, 8 hours later, like she said, wink. 8 hours after the surgery, home, walking around the house.
Wow.
You know, there's some surgeries, yeah, that I agree can be day surgeries, but there's a lot more nowadays that I'm seeing that I don't think should be day surgeries. V's telling me, what is it? Hello, Mobo Troy.
Because he's at mobile, Steve.
Oh, okay.
It's French.
Yes. I probably butchered the language on that. My
No,
apologies.
I'm kidding.
You didn't grow up
Yep.
in the area where they speak French then.
I'm sorry?
Did you grow up in a French speaking part of Canada?
No. V was in, you were born in Kitchener, but then, No?
I was
No.
born in Toronto.
Toronto, sorry. But then moved to wherever. I can't remember now.
Northern Ontario.
Okay. So,
Toronto is my home, baby.
yeah. It's like she wasn't in Quebec where it's mostly
But
predominantly
my
French
parents
there.
are French.
Parents are French, so.
I spent a year in Quebec. My dad moved us to Ontario because he didn't want me to go to French school.
So
Yep.
Anywho.
Oh, well.
Yeah, the bionic lady's in there listening and working on her other stuff, trying to sell all that Garfield crap.
Sell that stuff on eBay. Come on.
All the
Make it a
collectibles.
moolah.
And V, don't go on eBay and buy it all.
I don't need stuff. Okay.
Have a good evening.
Andy
Troy.
Garfield.
Yeah, sometimes that
Try.
Troy, I hope you're not getting socked with the snow that they're getting forecasted for Colorado.
Yum.
if they are, just keep that shit over there for at least another 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's
Forever.
we're not supposed to get cold.
Because I need to heal up and be back to normal so I can go plow snow.
Exactly.
How long are they saying you need to heal up for? A couple of days, couple of weeks?
Well, I'm not supposed to lift anything over 10 pounds for 2 weeks, and not supposed to drive any vibrating things like lawnmowers and stuff for 4 weeks. I'm like,
Wow.
okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
Nothing that vibrates. Insert warning.
Okay.
I need a seat that's got.
No, I'm not getting the bass speaker for the iPhones.
Hmm.
That's what it is, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, don't get those speakers.
The speakers.
Get out of here with your quotations.
The speakers.
I don't know if you've
I
ever seen
swear.
that meme with the bass speaker
Yes,
plug.
I don't think I've seen that, but anyways.
I did.
Mhm.
I did because Troy watched it and it came after to me. I bet you $5. Recommended video, somebody you may know. You know when
Oh.
you see a recommended video, it's because somebody you know watched it.
Hmm. I've sent some pretty funny videos out to people, and it wasn't inappropriate.
Sure it was.
Sure. Okay.
Not.
Yeah, okay.
All those pecker videos we get, yeah.
Excuse me, who sends the?
Chicken videos? All them chicken
Who sends
videos?
a half
The
naked?
chickens.
They're cup pickers.
Who sends a half naked videos? Half naked men videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Shit.
I don't
Roxy
send.
approved of those ones.
I don't send those. Okay, we're going. PG again. Okay, bring us back, Michaeline. Bring us back.
I lose control.
You do know what the annoyed chicken said.
Yes, I do. Don't say it.
Cluck cluck.
Fuck off.
Oh my God.
Magoo, magoo, magoo.
We'll rejoin this program shortly after a short message from
Why
our
not?
Why,
speakers.
Daryl?
That just puts us all in the basement.
Oh yeah. And look who shows up.
Daryl, perfect timing.
Oh God!
Daryl, how's your tan? How's your tan line, Daryl?
Don't get him
I
started.
don't look like a marshmallow.
Don't get him started.
Put a
Okay.
quarter in the wrong
Daryl
box.
wears something similar to the guy on the cruise.
Oh my
Oof.
God! You want a picture?
No,
You want a
no.
picture of the guy? Chris?
You took a picture of him?
Oh yeah, it's too funny.
That's
It'd be
worse
better if
than
he was
Peace
good
Creator
looking.
lady.
So does Sandy. Sandy posted one.
Oh, she posted it. I was like, I don't want that naked on my channel.
Screenshot.
I mean,
In
it
the-
was
In
not.
the group chat. She put a picture in the group chat, I think.
Oh, I thought you.
yeah,
were-
of
on
his
her
butt
Facebook.
hand. Of his.
He's got this much butt crack above his, Speedo. and then stretch marks on both hips above the speedo. I'm like, yeah, that's not attractive, dude.
Okay, I was trying
wasn't
to get
attractive.
rid of that image, people.
I think I deleted it.
If he
Did
was
you like all the
attractive, I would have been standing there staring, and I looked through and
Yeah,
said,
I
did.
bye.
Like all the stretch marks that kind of come up out of the bathing suit.
Troy,
And then the wrinkles below.
don't need revisualization.
Hey, at least Sandy's picture was from behind. We didn't have to see the front half.
First time I seen them, I turned around at the elevator and I got the front view. I was like, whoa, shit.
This is the fully dressed one. Ah, you guys thought I was going to show you a picture of the guy.
Ah. There may be one of him in my videos walking by. I think I was videoing. I don't
No,
know.
I deleted it. I was so shocked. I was like, ew.
All tanned except the speedo line.
No. You know, some
But I
people, I guess,
have more
can
videos
pull off
out.
that fashion statement.
Oh, Daryl, you should have come on the cruise. Look what happened to Gary. He buffed up pretty good.
What?
It's a 5 day of buffing.
Oh my lord!
Tip it downward. Okay. Back up a bit. There we go.
Well, the other two guys did too, but they were too shy to share.
Yeah,
Yeah, they didn't want all the sword.
Gary really worked out. He's looking good, man.
Yeah, the ladies kept following Uncle Gary.
That's not what they were calling him.
They wanted to ride on a scooter.
Okay. Time to wrap this up short. And like a minute.
Where'd they go? Yeah.
No,
Well, he had that little scooter on a ship and then went everywhere.
What? I'm innocent. I'm really innocent. It wasn't me.
Uh,
That was you looking at that guy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
no, that was the TV.
He's looking at
okay.
the TV at the restaurant, watching the Chiefs game.
Oh yeah.
You think you're in the wrong chat? Save the what? Speedo for snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the right. You're in the right chat, Danny.
We
Although I
don't
did
go all
miss
the
you
way in the
a big
gutter.
one
We
last
just
night,
skim the
Danny.
top.
Sorry.
We're just nailing the gutter to the roof, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
We're just skimming along the gutter. We're not actually in it. We're just skimming it.
Okay.
Well,
That's what
anyways,
we call
folks, we'll be back next week. What are we doing next week? Oh, we're gonna be cooking something. I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
surprise. I actually got the rest of the year planned out yesterday while I was sitting around. So.
Woohoo!
Now I have to work on videos. Their shorts are up. They're scheduled to be released M24 first, and then some random ones, and then cruise shorts, and then I'll get the other videos in there somewhere along the line. But thanks for coming out today, guys, and we'll see you next week.